Hello, my name is Dr. Zolkoski, and I'm superintendent of the Slaughter Independent School District. And today I've got a great student from Parkland, one of the Matadors, David Jackson. He's with the T-STEM program. He's has a full scholarship, actually, from Eastern New Mexico, all-star football nominee and 2 4A defensive actually player of the year. So we're excited. David, it was a good year for you, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
What position do you play in defense?
I play linebacker, sir.
Linebacker, well, I'm not messing with David. He's a linebacker. And Eastern New Mexico, you got a full scholarship?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well, when do you have to report? Did they tell you all that? Or?
I'm supposed to report early because I want to get on the field as fast as I can.
Okay. And this T-STEM, tell me a little bit about the T-STEM program. What all y'all working on?
The engineering program is more like, well, this year they didn't really have me in it, but I've been in it the past 3 years.
Okay.
And it's really good because every class you take is relevant to the engineering program that we have. So all the teachers are all next to each other, so you have like a small community of students that you know and peers.
Yeah, that engineering program at Parkland High School is one of the top in the this area, and of course in the state. We've gotten a lot of state awards. You've been in high school 4 years, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, of those 4 years, can you tell me a couple of the teachers that have had an impact on you? I know they're all good teachers at Parkland, but just a couple.
Well, there's Mr. Diaz. He was my algebra teacher, algebra 2 teacher.
Yeah.
And then I've had my engineering teacher, Mrs. Smith, and also Ms. Garcia. Those were both my engineering teachers, and they were really good.
Well, that's good.
That's it.
And you've been in the Parkland system your whole life?
Yes.
Where'd you start out at? Which school?
Actually, I transferred over my 7th grade year to Parkland Middle. But
okay, Parkland Middle.
I was in A.G. Charles before that.
Okay. Well, we're happy to have you in our district, and you represent our district well. You're one of our fine Matadors. What else? What are you going to take in college? What do you think about college?
Currently is undecided, but I'm thinking about taking pre-engineering and transferring to a major university.
Okay.
For engineering.
Okay, that's going to be great. I guess the T-STEM program helped you kind of get ready for engineering.
Yes, sir. It did. It actually kind of prepped me. So for what I come to.
Now you're looking at civil or mechanical or electrical or?
I was looking at mechanical, but I think I might have to settle for civil for pre.
Well, I think whatever you want to do, apparently you're very motivated, David. Have any brothers and sisters?
I actually have 3 sisters, no brothers. One graduated from UTEP, the other graduated from Duke University.
Wow.
And the other one, she lives in Illinois, but she's...
So you're the baby of the family?
Yes, sir.
Are you spoiled?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad a lot of people don't admit the baby of the family. Anyway, I know your parents are proud of you, and David, I'd like to present to you this certificate because you truly make the difference in our school district. You're a fine representation of Parkland and the Matadors, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Dr. Zolkoski, and I'm here with some of Parkland's finest, some of the Matadors today, and I'm really excited to be interviewing Mariana Duran, who's a senior at Parkland High School. Not only is she a student council officer, but she's National Honor Society, a great athlete, and a track athlete. We're going to talk a little bit about that. She's been in the French club, the math club, and of course the Avid is real big in the Parkland area, and of course she participates in the academic decathlon. So let's start out talking a little bit about student council. Well, what's your role as the student council?
In student council, I am an officer. I am parliamentarian. I keep the peace between officers in the meetings.
Good, so you got to keep the peace. And you're a National Honor Society member. What are y'all doing this year? Y'all have projects? Or?
This year we passed out roses during Valentine's Day amongst the students. We were planning on helping with the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And we are currently working on a love wall where people can come and anybody can come and write into a heart what they love most.
Wow, that's nice.
To share with the public.
I like that idea. Let me ask you about this. You're a track athlete. Which events are you in?
I do shot put and discus.
Wow.
Yes.
You can throw them around.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. And also, I was reading your resume. You've been in the French club. So, ¿cómo se va, right? Très bien?
Très bien.
Très bien. And math club and the AVID. Tell us a little bit about AVID. Everybody always asks me about AVID.
AVID helps you plan your future in college. It helps you get organized. It helps you feel well, not the stress technically, but the feeling of being in college and learning independently by yourself.
Wow. Well, AVID is truly a great program. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one older sister, sorry, and a younger brother.
Okay, so you're in the middle.
Yes.
That's good. And where are you going to go to college? Have you looked at that, thought about that?
I plan to go to UTEP.
Okay.
Major in education.
Are you going to be a teacher?
Yes.
All right, we got a teacher. What are you going to teach?
I want to teach bilingual.
Okay.
I want to be a bilingual teacher.
Early childhood or high school or middle school? Or?
I'm still debating on the year,
okay.
But I want to be able to do all years.
Well, that's really good. Bilingual specialists, and we're always in need. The country's in need of bilingual people. So we're really excited that you're going to go into that field. You know, while you were in high school, you've been in Parkland all 4 years in high school?
Yes.
You've had a couple of teachers. You know, all the teachers are really great, but which couple of teachers can you kind of name and tell us that really have kind of guided you on your career path?
I would say Mr. Garcia has been a huge part.
What does he teach?
He's student activity director.
Oh, a student activity director. Yes, that's a hard job.
Yes.
And anyone else?
I would have, well, she was my AVID teacher. Her name's Miss Gomez, but she moved schools.
Yes, I know Miss Gomez, a math teacher also.
Yes.
Yeah, she moved.
She was my math coach.
She's a very nice lady that worked out in Parkland. And of course, you know Mr. Hume, the principal.
Yes.
And he takes care of everybody. But what would you tell an 8th grader coming into Parkland High School next year about why Parkland is the best place to be?
Parkland is a very friendly place. Like, you really don't have different groups everywhere. Like, everybody's united.
Okay. So it's more of a real united high school.
Yes.
You know. And y'all have had a great year. Have we started track yet?
Yes, it's track season.
Okay. And when does the district meet? Is it coming up or have I missed it? No, it's not yet.
It's coming up still.
It's kind of in April,
yes.
Isn't it? Well, I wish you well. Were you in track last year?
Yes, I was.
Did you place with your shot?
I didn't.
This year, we're senior, so
yes.
They better make room for you on the podium this year. But I really want to wish you well in college, and I look forward to seeing what you're doing in college, and especially when you're teaching, maybe in Isleta. Yes, when you finish, we have an excellent school district with great teachers, great students, and of course our parents is what really makes it. But I would like for you to eventually maybe come back and teach for us. But anyway, this is great meeting you, Mariana. I want to give you a certificate. I want to recognize you as you truly make the difference. And we recognize students throughout our school district. But I want to give you this certificate because you're really, truly a great student and you have a great future. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Zolkoski, Superintendent of the Isleta Independent School District, and today I'm with two of the finest students from Riverside High School, Rocio and Rebecca Fierro. They're actually, you're not seeing double, they're twins. They've been in our district for quite a while. They were actually born in Mexico. I was visiting with them early, and we're glad to visit with them today on camera, but I want to tell you about Rocio. She's going to go to Texas A&M, I believe, and be in aerospace engineering. She's done everything from DECA, FBLA, Ray. She was in wrestling and choir, but I need to stop there because you were in wrestling?
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Which do you wrestle still?
I was mainly focusing on school this year,
okay.
But I did wrestle a little bit.
Okay. Now you don't wrestle with your sister, do you?
She's actually in wrestling too.
Mercy me. So y'all could do this tag team thing and they don't know who's in and who's out. Rebecca, you wrestle too?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Rocio, let's see, you received a first place in job interview in the skills contest. Where was that held at?
Job interview for district competition was in EPCC.
EPCC. Well, congratulations. I noticed you have quite a few hours in community service, like 600 and something, so I know you're giving back. What are you doing for your community service hours?
Well, I do all kinds of things. I love helping as much as I can.
Right.
So I've tutored at school, ranging from K to 12th grade. I go to church and do bazaars and altar serving.
Okay,
and
that's great.
Different things like that.
Well, that's great. Rebecca, you're going to go to UTEP, I think,
Yes, sir.
in architecture and engineering, and you're in the draft. Both of y'all are in the drafting program. What do you think of the drafting program, Rebecca?
There's not enough time to cover how much I'm grateful for that program, because it really helps all the students prepare them for real life work, and you get to do so many things, and you really become really close, like a family, and it's a lot of fun. We don't just do a lot of work. At the end of the year, we're actually going to go on a trip to San Antonio.
Wow.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, you also, I noticed you're in the choir, so, and you have Miss Monica Gutierrez, I guess, is your choir.
Yes, she's amazing.
Great music teacher at Riverside. What have been some of your ventures in choir? Because you told me you were an alto.
Yes.
And being an alto is very difficult. Everyone wants to sing soprano.
Yeah.
So tell me something about the choir. What are y'all doing this year?
Well, actually, we're hoping to go, well, me and my sister are both hoping to go on the trip. It's to California. And this is the first year that I actually got the chance to fit it into my schedule.
Wow.
To actually have the class. I had to actually take a class over the summer.
Oh, so you could do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted finally to have an elective. So it's a lot of fun, and she's an amazing teacher. She's really helped me get better because, well, who wouldn't want to know how to sing?
That's right. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift. Let me ask you, you've been in Riverside all 4 years, both of you?
Yes.
Rebecca, tell me something. If you could pick one or two teachers that helped you along the way, who would you pick?
Just two?
Well, I know they're all good at Riverside, and I know Rebecca, the counselor, I'm trying to think her name, she works at the Ghost Center, who does a tremendous job. Y'all just have tremendous people at Riverside. But could you just pick two?
Wow.
Or pick one. I know all of them.
I don't
Rocio
know
knows someone already. She's waiting. But
well, I know who she wants to pick.
I figured you would do this mental telepathy thing where you would figure out what she's going to say.
I know exactly who she wants to pick, but I want to pick her too.
Who would she say?
She would say Ms. Delao.
Okay, and what does she teach?
She's she helps us with business classes.
Okay, great.
She's actually our sponsor for FBLA.
Okay. Now, if I ask you, Rocio, who would she say?
Who would she say?
Since she knew who you were going to pick, this would be interesting.
Well, Ms. Aloha has helped us a lot, and I'm very grateful for her.
Yeah.
And
who would Rebecca say?
Maybe one of our drafting teachers, either Mr. Torres or Mr. Lugo. Because it's an amazing program.
I figured that. See, y'all knew that. I could have asked one person and they could have told me. And Rebecca, you also have quite a few hours. You wrestle. Have you ever wrestled your sister?
Yes. She's a lot stronger than me.
Really?
Yes.
But you're quicker.
Yes.
You know, a lot of it's quickness. The old snake and the mongoose theory. But anyway, so what are you looking forward to going on to college? What are you going to do in college? What are you looking for when you go there? What's going to be at A&M for you?
Well, aerospace engineering, because UTEP does have a great engineering program, but they don't have my major. And I also would love the opportunity to be on my own and go to college over there. And I hear it's a great program.
It is.
So I'm really looking forward to learning about aerospace engineering.
This is great. And Rebecca, what about UTEP? You're going in engineering also, or architecture?
Yes. I think I'm leaning more to engineering now because our teacher, Mr. Torres, he really pushes for that since he has a big background on that. So I think I'm going to focus on mechanical engineering.
Good.
And I kind of wanted to stay home. I'm not as adventurous as she is. I guess that's a difference. But I would like to study here because they have a great program,
Yes.
and I would like the idea of staying home. So.
Well, that's great. And my son was electrical engineer, and engineering is a great field. So regardless if it's aerospace or whatever, it's going to be great. Now, how many brothers and sisters do you have, Rocio?
We have 3 brothers.
Are they younger or older?
They're older.
So they try to boss y'all around?
Oh yeah.
I figured it. How do they try to boss us around, Rebecca? What do they do to boss you around? Tell you.
Make us food, do this, or clean our room.
They're mainly overprotective.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
well, they want to protect their sisters. I'm sure. And I know your folks are very proud of you. And you were telling me earlier that you learned to speak English in the 5th grade.
Yes, sir.
And see, you do very well. We have some great programs in our district, not only dual language and the other ones that we do in our district, but I'm so happy that y'all are totally bilingual.
Yes.
And have adapted well, and will be a totally success and be people that we will recognize in aerospace. We might see Rocio on the moon, and we will see you probably design some of the finest things. Maybe you should design the new city hall or the stadium out there. But I wish both of you well. Both of you have done community service hours way and above that, and as you know, at graduation this year, if you have over 300 hours, you will get a special cord. So each of you will be getting that cord, and you truly represent. In closing this interview, one of the things I would ask, if I was an 8th grader, and you could tell me one reason why I need to go to Riverside High School, what would you tell me?
Riverside Trades and Industry, because of the programs. They're amazing. I've had internships with actual engineers, and they've offered me jobs because of the program. And I can actually work with them. And actually, because of the program and what they teach us, I had to teach them some of the software packages.
Well, that's great. I know both of you did internships with the city of El Paso in their engineering department, and I'm very proud of that. And what would you tell an 8th grader, Rebecca?
Well, I was going to say that. But
I figured you were, but so I'm going to stretch your mind and ask you to tell me something.
Well, I'm really proud to say I come from Riverside because we have a great math program. I love our math teachers. They really inspire me. I used to not like that math that much, but they're great teachers.
Well,
and I really enjoy it.
Riverside is a great side because Riverside's the only side. And with that, I want to present each one of you. We recognize students that really do well, and you truly make the difference. There's yours, and Rebecca, there's yours, and I want to congratulate both of you. Thank you. And I know you do well. I'll be reading about you later on when I'm old and I'm in a chair. I'll read about both of you, and I know those girls. So I know your parents are very proud, and we'll see you at graduation. Hello, my name is Dr. Zolkoski, and I'm Superintendent of the Saleta Independent School District, and today I'm here with some great students from Valle Verde Early College, which is our early college high school located on the EPCC campus. And this is Jonathan Avila. He's a senior. He's actually ranks 3rd in his class. He has a GPA of 97 or 98, and he's interested in biomedicine and possibly engineering. But something better than that, he is on the EPCC Dean's List. He's a Coca-Cola Scholar, and so welcome, Jonathan.
Nice to be here.
Tell me something about this Coca-Cola Scholar. I'm kind of interested about
The
that.
Coca-Cola Scholarship, what it is that Coca-Cola itself as the foundation, they give a $10,000 scholarship to 250 students across the nation.
Wow.
And this year, the total application, or the application rate, I guess you could say, was about 110,000 students.
Wow.
So the chances of being one of those 250 are really, really low. And I had to get into the semifinalist and then the finalist, so there was a decent amount of work put into the scholarship.
And I noticed in your resume, you're getting an associate's degree, so you already got 2 years of college behind you.
Yes.
In fact, your GPA in college is 3.97, which, 4 is perfect, so you're right there. Tell me about the UT Austin Scholars Program that you're in, Subiendo.
Oh, Subiendo. What UT does is that they invite students from Texas, about, I would say, 100, and then they immerse them into like a public policy type of, I guess you could say, scenario.
Yeah.
It's where they get students with different topics, and those students write about those topics and give like a, I guess you could say, a solution to them.
Wow. Now you went to Eastwood Middle and then you decided to go to early college. Since you've been at the early college, tell me name a couple of teachers that have kind of guided you along the way.
Oh, well, in my freshman year, a teacher by the name of Mr. Macias, he definitely did help me because he helped me realize that I needed to get my act together because exiting out of middle school, I was a little bit rambunctious.
And what did Mr. Macias teach?
He taught history. Okay. Actually, geography to be more specific.
And anybody else since then help you along the way?
The number one teacher is probably my chemistry teacher. Her name is Sarah Welsh. Okay. And I consider her my good luck charm when it comes to applications and such, because I get my recommendations from her, and so far, everything that that she has recommended me for, I have gotten, or I've gotten pretty far in.
Yeah. Now, did you take AP chemistry?
I did not.
You took chemistry though?
Yes, I took chemistry.
Okay. I was just curious if you took the AP test. Now, what about getting into college? Are you going to, where are you going to go from here?
I plan to go to UT.
Okay. In Austin. Huckam Harns, good university. And they got a great chemistry program. My brother-in-law graduated in nuclear chemistry from University of Texas, and they have a tremendous program. So I think you'll enjoy it. It's a very tedious program, but it's well. What would you tell a middle school student about early college if they came up to you and said, you know, you were going to go to another high school and you decided to go to early college? What would you tell them about it?
I would say that it completely changes your point of view on the whole high school experience and college experience on that. Because I went to Valle Verde Early College High School, so many doors have been opened up for me. It's amazing. Like, I remember the day that I got accepted into Valle Verde Early College High School. I was extremely happy and ecstatic, and then because of Valle Verde, I was able to get into like programs like Subiendo and like another program called Community Scholars. And then finally, what's it called? I was able to meet teachers, and they can be my recommenders, and then for like scholarships and universities. All of this has been because of Valle Verde Early College High School. Well,
it's a great experience. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one sister, yes.
Older or younger?
She is older.
Is she in college or out? Or?
She actually goes to UT as well.
Okay, well, that's good. What's she majoring in?
She's majoring in special education.
Well, she'll get a job wherever. We'll hire her. Yeah. She'll be hired, whatever. I know both your parents are proud of you, and you've done excellent. And of course, you ranked third in that great class. And Valle Verde always has some great students, and I know you're going to do well. And so I want to present you. We always recognize our top students. Because you do make the difference. Jonathan, I do want to give you this on behalf of the school district and Huckam Harns.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Dr. Zolkoski, and I'm Superintendent of Schools in Isleta. And I'm very proud to have the early college, Valle Verde Early College student with me, one of their top students, Jacobett Rivera, and she likes to be called Betty, which helps me. But she's a very interesting student, not only been through Alicia Chacon and speaks many languages, English and Spanish and Russian, Mandarin Chinese, and also is a musician. I hear piano, flute, choir, so. Are you a soprano or alto?
I was like a mezzo alto.
Okay,
mezzo alto. Into soprano.
Okay, and she wants to get a master's degree actually in international law and do some legal studies. So, and she ranks 6th. I think 98 or 99. I mean, she's very high. Been in FBLA, student council, just the works. Betty, tell me of all those events. What was you're almost through with your senior year. We're close. What was one of the 2 highlights?
2 highlights. Probably the biggest highlight was my first FBLA conference. I had never been to anything that big. Ever since I was little, I was immersed in very small schools, especially Alicia Chacon. I mean, it's a small community, you know everybody. So when I got to Valle Verde, which I chose to because of the small environment, and I got exposed to these national worldwide organizations like FBLA, and I had the opportunity of actually qualifying to go to state and attending my first SLC. It was just shocking to see how many young people were so involved in that business aspect and putting themselves out there and so competitive, and honestly it just brought out the best in me. That'd probably be my first highlight. That was my freshman year.
Really?
It was amazing.
Wow.
And probably the second one would be this year, my first MUN conference. MUN was like my baby. I watched it grow with my sponsor, and we really put our hearts and soul into that club because it's so small and we're trying to make it a big thing in El Paso, especially because it's something so multicultural and you can learn so much about so many different countries and what they think and what they want to do with certain laws or certain thoughts. So this year, really, when we got to go there and experience it with so many kids that are so knowledgeable with all the legals and the acts and all the different things, it's really, really inspiring for me to want to do even better.
And MUM stands for Model United Nations.
Model United Nations.
So that was probably a very interesting meeting. You've been at Valle Verde for 4 years. Can you tell me a couple of teachers that kind of guided you? That, I mean, they're all great over there. I've met them, they're great teachers, but just a couple that kind of looked after you and helped you along the way.
Probably throughout my whole high school career at Valle Verde, the people that have always been behind me are my amazing counselor, Miss Lisa.
Okay.
I have an amazing connection with her, and I know that I can always count on her to go and talk to her. My VCIS teacher, Miss Summers, she was our FBLA sponsor.
Okay.
She was amazing to me too. And Mr. Brown, my physics teacher, was amazing too. He inspired me to want to be like a very, very big person because he's so organized and does so many things, and he's so happy to do what he does and work with these kids on a daily basis that it just makes you want to find your passion and be the same as he is. And of course, Mr. Porter, my world history teacher, Miss Sanchez, my English teacher, who takes care of us like we're her babies. And so many other people. I mean, every single one of the teachers at our school.
They're excellent, aren't they?
Amazing, but probably those would be the people that stand out to me the most.
What about, where are you going to go to college? Are you decided?
I have a lot of hopes for college, and I went through a huge list when I had to apply. Obviously, there was the Texas schools. So I applied to UTEP, to Texas State, to UT, St. Mary's, and I got accepted to St. Mary's and UTEP, of course. But I'm still waiting on the responses to probably my dream schools in the East Coast. Okay. So I'm waiting on Bowdoin, Boston University, Notre Dame, and Harvard, which is my dream school.
Well, they all have good law schools.
Yes.
Of course, a good student like you shouldn't have any problems. You have any brothers or sisters?
I do.
How many do you have?
I have a brother that's 15 and he's in the Silva Magnet.
Okay.
And my little sister Susana, who's in Alicia Chacon right now.
Okay.
And she speaks German.
Oh, Sprechens Deutsch, Herr Brother. That's great. I know your studies in international law. I saw on your resume that this law. Where do you picture yourself 5 years from now?
When I first started thinking about law, I really wanted to do something like work for the United Nations, or I mean, my final goal is actually opening my own law firm. But that's as far as ways from now, but that's my goal.
Well, that's a great goal. I have a niece that's an attorney, and I have another one on the way. Apparently, everyone's becoming an attorney. But how'd you learn to play piano?
Oh, that's a fun story. My mom, no, not really my mom, my grandma is very, very a musical lady. And my mom is not really the most musical person. Yeah. So around the house, it's always either my grandma's playing her 60s, 70s, oldies, Mexican, or piano music. And it's really, like, we've learned to love it and we've grown up with it. And my dad, he was the one that always dreamt of wanting to play the piano. He sees himself in the future, retired, and learning how to play the piano. Okay. So I started playing the piano when I was 3 years old. Wow. With a Japanese teacher by the name of Mariko. Okay. She's an amazing woman. She went through a tough story, but she was probably the best teacher I could ever have. When I was 7 years old, I played for Elise completely off part. Wow. It was something that truly, like, made me go in even more and study it even more. And honestly, if I left piano, it was simply because I had to focus on the coming school years, but it doesn't mean that I can't still play it.
You can still play.
I can still play.
Once you learn, it's like the bicycle.
It is like the bicycle.
I want to recognize you as one of our top students because you truly make the difference. And I look forward to seeing you at 2 graduations.
Yes.
You have one with college and then one with us because you'll get an associate's degree. And you're ranked high, and I hope you get into whichever school you want to. Harvard, if Harvard doesn't get you, they've missed out.
Aww.
Congratulations.
Thank you.